Really happy about tonight. Tyson's a great competitor. He's been around for a long time, and that's a big win for me. I'm just a little trailer trash kid from Northwest Louisiana, and I'm out here fighting in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So, you called it earlier in the week. You said, look, I'm gonna bounce this jab off his head for 15 minutes. So I'm curious because he's a guy we think of that has knockout power, right? So why was that the game plan, or the thought going in that you wanted to trade with him?
Well, when these guys knock people out, they tend to fall in love with it, and I could feel it. He wanted it so bad, and yeah, he's powerful, but you got to wind that thing up. I'm fast, I'm smooth, I'm long, and I put that into play tonight. And I promise you, I can circle and jab anybody in this division for 15, 25 minutes. I'm that type of guy. I think I've fallen victim to my own proclivities, and fighting's interesting in that way, You go out there and you fight like who you are, and I struggle with impulses. I struggle with bad decision-making sometime, and we're trying to sort it out. That's what's great about this. Sort it out one fight at a time, one day at a time. Grow.
The confusion on your face was evident as the decision was being read out. I guess what's going through your head at that point, because I'll be honest, I thought it was pretty clear that you'd won as well. So, I mean, what's going through your head as that's being read out?
It was going to hurt my feelings, but I was going to deal with it with grace. I promise you that.
Very nice. Well, fortunately, you didn't have to. Yeah. You didn't have to. So, last thing for me, give me an idea. What's next? I mean, you had the nice run before the setback, and I mean, what do you think? Is it a ranked opponent? Is there a date? What makes sense for you next?
I'm going to fight 3 times this year. That's all I can say. This division's wonderful, right? It's wide open. I mean, there's new guys every single day. There's certain guys, and I believe I have the personality to headline a card, and there are fun fights out there. So maybe amass another victory, be on a 6 of my last 7 type run, and they can put me in one of those main event spots. But I'm one of these guys. I think a long time ago they recognized me as one of the guys that could keep this division relevant, and it's been slow going. Sometimes it's a slow burn, but I'm gonna be around for a long time. I'm one of the best in the world, and handsome, fast, long, can do it all. Sing, dance, cook, clean, you name it.
Matt, right in front. After Brandon Moreno, there really was no clear-cut #1 contender in the division. Do you think that draw is beneficial to the division because now you can all fight each other and kind of figure out who the next one up is after Brandon?
Yeah, but I think it's important, and Mick Maynard's done an excellent job with building these guys up. To sustain a division, you need tiers within the division, which means you need fighters in the division. And when you have a 15, 20-man weight class, what tends to happen is it's stout. It's not shallow, it's stout. And I liken it to the SEC of the early 2000s, just people cannibalizing each other within the division. How can you stand out in a division where everybody's as good as the other person? So they need to continue to add these guys, these guys that fought on the earlier cards. There's some fun fights coming up. Some guys performed well tonight. Sumu Derji, man, he's a killer. The kid he fought put on a great fight. I mean, there's a lot of fun fights in this division. So shout out to Mick Maynard. He's doing an excellent job. I'll say it again. I'm not just saying that because I'm up for a new contract.
And then, like you said, you were going to skip your jab off his forehead the whole fight. You pretty much dominated the volume. He landed a couple right shots that you just ate. So what leading into this fight, that you knew that you would dominate in the volume category?
I like to think I'm faster than most of these guys, and when I can go out there relaxed on my P's and Q's, I'll skip this jab off anybody's forehead for 15 to 25 minutes.
And then final one. Was this your first fight since becoming a father?
This is my first fight, yeah, since this daddy things.
Does that make it any special? Obviously, I assume she's asleep right now, but does it make it any more special?
I look forward to going home and holding her. We'll be celebrating her first birthday February 13th, so she'll be a year old. And she's too young to know what's going on. But one day she'll be able to look back at this, and Daddy went out there and flew across the world. And, it was one of the hardest things leaving her. And I spend quite a good amount of time with her throughout the week. And I'm going to be a big part of her life. So hopefully one day she looks back at this and looks at it with some fondness. Should be fun.
Would you want her to follow into the fighting world?
Absolutely not. That's it. Thanks, guys.